Are Satanists actually supposed to be vegans? Now, you're probably thinking that's not possible because they sacrifice goats. But what you're about to witness right here might change your opinions about Satanism forever. Now, my name is Arjuneus and I make sense out of things that are not supposed to make sense. And you probably don't want them to make sense, but I still do because I can. So, let's begin. Now, the first thing we gotta establish is that Satanists' biggest misconception is that they worship the devil. Yeah, you heard that right. Satanists don't actually believe in Satan. Rather, they use the story of Satan as a symbol of rebellion against corrupt powers and a symbol to believe in themselves. So they claim that Christianity's battle with the devil and sins is really just a denial of human nature. They see sex, violence, self-gratification, all as traits that should be accepted as part of your entire life, rather than creating this idealistic version of heaven that indirectly creates hell on earth. Now, it's important to note that Satanism is completely different than devil worshippers who actually do sacrifice animals and worship the devil. So let's examine Satanism with the 7 tenets from the Satanic Temple to just see how vegan-friendly this religion is really supposed to be. The first tenet from the Satanic Temple states that one should strive to act with compassion and empathy toward all creatures in accordance with reason. Okay, so this is the most obvious. By creatures, this means all animals. So to align yourself with this tenet means to not consume the dismembered corpses of animals that did not willingly want to die. Remember, you might not be doing the killing, but paying an industry to do it for you is basically like paying a hitman to murder for you. Tenet number 2, the struggle for justice is an ongoing and necessary pursuit that should prevail over laws and institutions. Okay, so this means that just because something is legal doesn't really mean that it is ethical or just. In other words, this tenet really promotes fighting for justice in even the most ingrained legal systems found in nearly all parts of the world. Tenet number 3, one's body is inviolable, subject to one's own will alone. Now, if you don't know, the dairy industry inseminates cows against their consent in what are known as rape racks. The fur industry sticks metal rods inside animals to electrocute them alive so that their fur comes off nicely. The vivisection industry cuts open animals for education, only to toss them in the trash, even though we have pretty clear documentation on how their internal organs look like. Basically, most animal industries violate the bodies of animals unnecessarily. Tenet number 4, the freedoms of others should be respected, including the freedom to offend. To willfully and unjustly encroach upon the freedoms of another is to forego one's own. Okay, well, you can't really offend animals verbally because they don't understand our language. They just get conditioned to verbal cues. But as far as respecting freedoms, eating animal products is not your freedom simply because it is willfully and unjustly encroaching upon the freedoms of others, which basically makes it a violation, not a freedom or right. For example, you have the freedom to like this video because there's absolutely no victims involved. If you like this video, there's no one getting hurt, no one being abused, and no one having their own rights and freedoms taken away. So yeah, well, maybe the algorithm is a victim, but they're not a sentient being, so that doesn't count. Tenet number 5, beliefs should conform to one's best scientific understanding of the world. One should take care to never distort scientific facts to fit one's beliefs. Whoa, okay, so the scientific understanding of veganism has basically proved time and time again in recent decades that a vegan lifestyle is basically the most effective way to save the world, whether it be climate change, animal suffering, factory farm pollution, environmental racism, and of course our own mental and physical health. Duh. Tenet number 6, people are fallible. If one makes a mistake, one should do one's best to rectify it and resolve any harm that might have been caused. Now, the majority of people are not vegan. I was a meat eater just like most of you watching this video, so I get it. But the point of veganism is not to be born this perfect person. It's to acknowledge that consuming animal products was an honest mistake that most of us were just conditioned into, most of us were just forced into. But now with the research and education, it's time to resolve that harm that's been caused by it, in accordance to Satanism at least. Tenet number 7. Every tenet is a guiding principle designed to inspire nobility in action and thought. The spirit of compassion, wisdom, and justice should always prevail over the written or spoken word. Now, I don't even need to comment much on this. This is pretty self-explanatory. Basically, given what you know now, how would you use all of these guiding principles or tenets to create a noble action? So are you even a real Satanist if you don't hail Satan? Anyways, that is all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up and a comment down below letting me know what you thought about it. And if you would like to support my work, you can check me out on Patreon, where you can select your own topics, receive cool giveaways, and get access to my merch and videos early before everyone else. And if you want to find me on other social media platforms, be sure to check out my link tree in the description down below. And I will see you guys next time. Peace begins on your dinner plate. Chaos out.